2 of On Pit Row, coming to you live from the original Gino's Pizza and Grill. Very happy to have on our bench racing hotline the author of the new book, In the Red, the 2001 season with Dale Earnhardt Jr. He's also the director of corporate communications for Andretti Motorsports and is down in Sebring right now. Jade Gurss joins us. Hi, Jade. How are you?
I'm well, guys. How's it going? Just finished up the test, so headed out, leaving Sebring here shortly.
Well, we're going to talk about your book here for a second, but let's talk about
Sure.
some of the stuff that's going on down there in Sebring, because there is a brand new car in Indy this year, and there's an awful lot of buzz about that. How does the car look? Are you excited about it? Tell me about what's going on.
You know, I really am. There were a lot of skeptics about the car when it was first introduced, but as someone that was there taking a look at them up close, I think they're going to be really pretty when you see their full paint scheme and color. They're a pretty cool looking car.
Well, one of the nice things about this new car is that finally, when you look at the entry list, it doesn't say all the same manufacturer and engine. You got some different engines in here, which I think is going to be pretty cool.
Yeah, I agree. With Andretti, we're going to be with the new Chevy twin turbo, the V6. You've got Honda that will be in the sport. They've been in quite a few years, and Lotus as well. So 3 manufacturers head-to-head. I think it's really going to add something to the competition.
Well, you know, there was an awful lot of talk all the time about Sebring and how rough of a racetrack that always used to be, and especially for the 12 Hours of Sebring, which is coming up, I believe it's next week. But to have the Indy cars down there, is this something that's unusual that they go down there and test, or have they been there before?
No, actually, the fact that it is bumpy is what helps them replicate a typical street course. Most street courses are not sort of billiard smooth like a lot of the ovals. So the Sebring bumps, not very good on the driver's backside, but very helpful to the teams to get ready for these street courses like Long Beach or St. Pete that's going to be the first race at the end of the month. So the bumps are ironically a bonus to the Sebring test session.
All right, well, let's switch a little bit. Let's talk about this new book that you wrote, In the Red, which is chronicling the 2001 season of Dale Earnhardt Jr. And it's pretty interesting to be able to realize that you were able to go through and kind of chronicle day by day, week by week, all the stuff that happened during that season, and then be able to put it down into a book so that people can get a feel for that season, which obviously the year that his father died really has to, I believe, run the gamut of emotions from Daytona through the end of the year.
Yeah, you're really spot on there. I wanted the book to kind of have 3 sections, I guess you could say. Obviously, the death of his father was a massive event at Daytona. But I really wanted to show how Dale Jr. and the team, how they persevered through what was just an awful time. And then eventually how triumphant they became, going back to Daytona to win the race there, winning the first race after the 9/11 attack. It was just a season that had emotion from as low to as high as you could possibly imagine. So it just was a natural choice for a book.
Well, I know that the book really, you follow Dale Jr. through this whole thing, but I wanted to ask you about the DEI a little bit as well, because with the death of Dale Sr., did it really kind of turn that race team into a tailspin at all during that season, or was the infrastructure there enough with everybody that was there to keep it running smoothly throughout that whole really tumultuous year?
Yeah. You know, I do think long-term that it really had a horrible effect on DEI. But in the short term, particularly 2001 and 2002, it just, everyone was, I guess, in such shock that everybody decided they were going to do their bit to pick up whatever little bit they could. No one was going to replace Big E, that's for sure. But everyone really pulled together those first couple of years and really worked well together. In the long term, everybody knows it kind of got a little rough, but for the 01 season, everybody was definitely pulled together 100% to really get through a very, very rough time.
We're talking to Jade Gurss, the author of the new book, In the Red, the 2001 season with Dale Earnhardt Jr. Jade, some of our listeners and fans may not understand how you had the access that you did to write this book. Tell us and tell them how that came about.
Yeah, absolutely. I was hired by Budweiser or Anheuser-Busch to be Dale Jr.'s publicist starting in 1999 through really all of his Budweiser era, his Budweiser career. So I was there every day as the publicist at all the events, at all the appearances. And I also worked together with him to do Driver Number 8, which was the book we did together. That was about his rookie year, about the 2000 season. So this is really a follow-up to the very first book called Driver Number 8.
Jay, does it surprise you at all the popularity which he has been able to continue, even though really since he's left Budweiser, since he's kind of left your watchful eye in a way? The success hasn't been there, and yet the popularity that this driver continues to have is still astonishing.
Yeah, it is pretty fascinating, and I must admit to a bit of pride each year that he gets voted most popular driver because, I feel like we worked 24/7 for a lot of years to build that fan base and to build a connection that they feel with him that's very personal, that's very, very, very intense. And I think that connection that they felt, they still do feel to this day. But yeah, I do have to admit to feeling a little bit of pridefulness every year when he's, announced as the most popular.
Well, Jade, thanks for being with us. Of course, if people want to pick up the book, I'm sure they can get it at the basic brick-and-mortar stores. But if they want to order it online, is there an easiest way to get it?
You bet. They can order either autographed or not autographed from Octane Press. That's the publisher, octanepress.com. They would be more than happy to take care of you. And then all the other outlets, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, all of that. You can pick it up in hardcover or in an electronic book, all the formats there as well.
And as you said, Driver Number 8, of course, is a book you wrote, and DW, A Lifetime Going Around in Circles, also has your stamp on it as well, so all three of those are available. Jade, thanks so much for being with us. We truly appreciate it. We'll talk to you again down the line.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Have fun in Sebring. All right, there we go. Jade Gurss, pick up the